The 1st of April is a very auspicious occasion. It is the one time in the year where we can really honor and highlight the unsung heroes of anime and manga. As you know, last year I covered the heroic but tragic life of Kon. We learned about the sad truth of his existence, as well as appreciating all of his appearances within the Bleach story. Now this video is on another underrated and overlooked character within the Bleach universe, one that does not get the credit that it deserves. During the 1000-Year Blood War arc, there was an inanimate object which Kubo had breathed life into. To the naive and unsuspecting eye, it is nothing more than a chair, but to us who are well versed in Kubology, we refer to the throne that Aizen has sat upon as Chasma. In this video, we are once and for all going to give Chasma the respect that it truly deserves. We're going to be going through everything that we know about its appearance, its persistent personality, and then diving into all of the abilities and the powers that Chasma possesses before we wrap the video off by talking about all of its notable appearances. I don't care if you've missed my character analysis on Aizen, Urahara, or even Ichigo, because all of those videos were precursors to this one. So whatever you do, make sure you stick around to the end of this one. It's going to be very insightful. And without further delay, let's begin my analysis on Chasma. Before the video begins, only 20% of the people who actually watch my content are subscribed to the channel. If you enjoy these videos, then subscribe and stick around for more content just like this. Now let's get back to the topic of the video. We were made aware of the existence of Chasma during its first appearance within chapter 423 and in episode 310 of the anime. Do not let its appearance fool you. This is no mere normal chair. This is an omnipotent, godly throne that was destined to caress the cheeks of the one who had thought he could surpass God. During the introduction of this video, I made a grave error by referring to Chasma as an inanimate object. In actuality, Chasma is a divine entity. It had graced us with its presence for only a brief moment of time. What we do see of this almighty and supreme throne is enough to have left us in awe. Visually speaking, Chasma is colored in gold, as it rightfully resembles a throne fit for a king. On the top of the chair, it has 3 rectangular pillars which rise upward, aiming for the heavens. In some way, these towering pillars that decorate Chasma are symbolic of its equally as high aspirations. We know that the middle pillar, which is the shorter of the 3, is used by Aizen to rest his head, in addition to having one of the most visibly comfortable seats to sit upon. Chasma also has 2 very foreboding armrests. These long rectangular armrests are covered in bindings, which are used to restrain the individual who sits upon this mighty throne. Even Aizen was no match for the all-powerful restraints of Chasma. Now, while some may brush off the appearance of Chasma as being underwhelming, that which you cannot overlook is the foreboding personality of this divine seat. Out of all of the individuals featured within Bleach, Chasma is said to be the most patient. It endures so many troublesome circumstances, but throughout all of them it doesn't utter a single word. Its patience and overwhelming persistence in the face of adversity is to be admired. Remember, it was Chasma that had accompanied Aizen within Muken for over 2 years. In that time, it was forced to listen to Aizen going over various of his keikakus, and how all of them had gone according to plan. We mere mortals had grown tired of listening to Aizen's plans over the span of a few chapters, but Chasma proves that it is no mere mortal, as it endures 2 long years of prolonged monologue and keikakus. I want to talk about the backstory and origins of this supreme seat. We know Chasma was born within the Gotei 13, and it is affiliated with the Central 46, and for most of its life it had diligently served under the Gotei 13. That is, until it had met its match in the form of Aizen. The traitor to the Soul Society was able to force down Chasma, and had formed an interesting but dysfunctional bond with it. It was apparent that Chasma had taken a liking to Aizen, deeming him worthy to sit upon its throne. But Aizen, we know, didn't take too kindly to Chasma. We know that in the final tragic moments of Chasma's life, Aizen had referred to it as an infernal chair, but I'll talk more about that later on in the video. In terms of durability, it is said that Chasma is one of the most long-lasting and heavy-duty seats within the Soul Society. It has also been speculated that it is made up of the most premium quality mahogany found deep within the mountains of the Soul Society. Chasma has been bestowed with the title of being one of the most powerful objects within the Bleach universe. The only other being which rivals the existence of Chasma is Yhwach's horse, who we mere mortals humbly refer to as Horsama. Chasma was able to endure Aizen's immense release of reality Reiatsu without even a single chip of wood flying off of it. This proves that Chasma could withstand pressure, wear and damage. It isn't like those cheap knockoff gaming chairs made in China, which, no offense, most gamers or aspiring YouTubers are sat on. It is a strong and durable piece of equipment, and I wouldn't be surprised if head captain Yamamoto had picked it out himself from IKEA. Mere mortals would assemble a flat pack chair with simple screwdrivers, but I speculate that Chasma was assembled and forged by none other than Uetsu Nimaya within the Palace of the Soul King. We know that Chasma makes its first appearance within the story of Bleach after AIZEN'S defeat. If it was an ordinary gaming chair, it would have been a big responsibility to seat AIZEN, but Chasma took pride in being able to easily restrain the would-be traitor. After AIZEN was sentenced, Chasma had unflinchingly accepted its duty to restrain him for 20,000 years. You can see that it is very stoic and expressionless. It knows what has to be done, and it accepts the noble task of holding down AIZEN. This is why it endures listening to AIZEN'S rambling for 2 years, until Chasma was approached by the new head captain Shunsui. He frees AIZEN from Muken, but he requests that the honorable Chasma continue to restrain him. Chasma and AIZEN have a pretty dysfunctional relationship during the 1000-year Blood War arc, as they're paired up for most of it. Chasma is holding AIZEN back and restraining his powers, while AIZEN grows more and more frustrated by it. It is like watching a 90s sitcom, where you have the funny man, which is AIZEN, and the straight man, which is Chasma. Now, despite his powers being limited, AIZEN was still able to unleash incredible amounts of Reiatsu in order to help the Shinigami against the Quincy. Now, while the enemies were blown to smithereens, the incredible quality of mahogany wood that Chasma was made up of was unfazed by AIZEN'S immense display of Reiatsu. We know that Chasma and AIZEN were abandoned by the other Shinigami when they headed off towards the Soul King's palace in order to confront the Quincy. But sometime later, after Yhwach defeats Ichigo and breaks his Zanpakuto by using his ability Almighty, he foresees that Chasma would stand in his way and to prevent him from ridding the concept of death from reality itself. It is for this reason that Yhwach returns to the Serete. Most people assumed that his main objective was to destroy the Soul Society at this moment, but before this he had an even more important priority, which was to destroy Chasma. Now, Chasma's final moments occur within chapter 682. While AIZEN sits upon it, he welcomes Yhwach to his Soul Society. It is speculated that Chasma can make the individuals who sat upon it delusional, and AIZEN, who spent the last 2 years imprisoned, believes that he is now magically the ruler of the Soul Society. If this isn't delusional, then I don't know what is really. But no more distractions, we need to compose ourselves for the final moments of Chasma's life. In page 11 of chapter 682, Yhwach unleashes a black wave of Reiatsu, which appears to send chips of mahogany wood flying into the air. Upon closer inspection, you can tell that a premium, fine quality wood like this can only belong to one almighty object. The realization sets in as it appears as though Yhwach has destroyed Chasma. When we turn the page, we see that AIZEN has been freed. While conversing with Yhwach, he pays his respects to Chasma by telling Yhwach that he appreciates him for destroying that awful chair. And this perfectly wraps up my analysis and breakdown of Chasma. I hope that all of you were able to appreciate this divine entity on April Fool's Day as much as I was. And when the anime returns, I hope that Chasma is voiced by either Chuck Norris or Morgan Freeman, as I believe that these two individuals are worthy enough to voice such an important character. So jokes aside, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was incredibly fun to make, and I really had to hold myself back from laughing a few times. If you have any other ideas for an April Fool's Day video for next year, then leave them in the comments down below and let me know your honest thoughts about Chasma. If you've made it to this point in the video, then you're definitely a true fan of the channel. So thank you for all of your time, and I'll look forward to reading all of your comments, and I can't wait to see you in my next Bleach video. If you enjoy my content, then you can support my channel through Patreon for as little as $1 a month, or even through YouTube by becoming a channel member. You will gain access to exclusive channel perks and a Discord server which I frequently use. So become a member of my Zero Division and be the first to know about my upcoming videos. And once again, thank you for sticking around till the end of the video, and whatever you contribute will mean a lot to me.